There are so many people that are so caught up in their process of healing and growth that they simply do not move. And it's essentially putting blame and excuse for their not moving, because I'm processing this at the moment, I'm healing through this at the moment. When in actual fact, we can sit there with ourselves for 5, 10, 15 minutes, if that, really intentionally and with full focus to move through, come to clarity and let go of whatever dense negative energy is holding us back and holding us down. And then once we go through that, we can decide what it is that we get to do to move forward in the very best way for ourselves, for our relationships, for our life, for our business. The processing doesn't have to take so long. And maybe the processing gets to come up again and again and again at different trigger points and trigger moments, which is fine. That really allows us to go deeper. However, to stay in this looping and this stagnancy, because we're not prepared to truly deeply sit with ourselves and go deep and go through that reflection and do the relevant alchemical work and the work of letting go, it keeps us in this loop, it keeps us in this stagnancy. Why would we want to continue to loop in a whirlwind of shit? Why would we want to continue to loop and stay stagnant in a situation that we're not happy in? Most of the time because we're too scared to look in the mirror and take full ownership and accountability for the part that we've played. That's the key, that's the magic, is taking full ownership and accountability 100% for the part that we've played. This is how we get to move forward. When we place blame outside of us, other people, outside sources, the way that we feel. And yeah, emotions are, as much as they're inside of us, they're also outside of us. Because if we're placing blame and excuse on our emotions because of why we're not moving and why we continue to loop, it's like, okay, right, that's there. And unless we choose to go deep within, okay, well, why? Where is that coming from? What gets to be moved through and healed and overcome here? If we're continually putting the blame on our emotions and the way that we feel, that is, to a sense, outside of us. Because all of the answers are within us and the emotions are guiding us towards ourselves. And if we're allowing our emotions to continue to point the blame outside of us, we're giving our power away. The whole point is to hold on to our power. The whole point is to look in the mirror. The whole point is to transform things. And the only way that we're able to transform things, the only way that we're able to transform our external reality and our external experience is if we transform the internal reality and the internal experience. And we do that by going deep within and taking full ownership and accountability and alchemizing and transmuting and letting go and admitting where it was us without expectation from the other to admit where it was them, and working out where we can move forward in a better way for healthy relating. And if the other person cannot meet that, then that's fine. That's where we get to fully distance ourselves and sever the relationship until they're ready. However, in focus to creating the life it is that we want within our business, that all comes down to us. That's all us. Right? It's all about the way that we show up. I have built what I have built by healing, growing, evolving, expanding, and building at the same time. I have never allowed anything externally or any external situation or relationship or healing that I'm going through to stop me, and I've never used it as an excuse to not move. Of course I've taken a break because sometimes we need to take breaks to really sit with ourselves and work out best plan of action for forward movement, to feel, to let things out, to rest. We need those breaks, but to fully stop, no, I never have. And you're in my world because you're strong enough to move through it all with no excuses. You're strong enough to hold on to your power and look in the mirror and be honest and take full ownership and accountability. You're strong enough to come back to your heart and look at things with full love and compassion and kindness and empathy. Not only for other people, most importantly yourself, throughout this whole process. You would not be in my world. You would not be attracted to my energy or anyone else's energy that's in my world that's introduced you to this community space if you were not strong enough. You have been dealt the cards that you dealt because you're strong enough to play them. You're strategic enough to play them. You're brave enough to play them. So play them and keep moving. No excuses. I love you so much.